Hi, this is Shay Veronica, and this is my review of Monster, the Jeffrey Dahmer story. Jeffrey Dahmer was not a monster. Jeffrey Dahmer was the product of two people who should never have had a child. Jeffrey Dahmer's father was weak. Jeffrey Dahmer's mother was weak. Jeffrey Dahmer came through a weak link, and in his weakness and in their weakness, no one corrected each other. His father and his mother were afraid to correct him. The police department ignored everything that was going on because Jeffrey was white. Jeffrey got away with what he got away with as long as he did because he was white. Jeffrey Dahmer was created by two people and put in a place where white is right. White is right. So when people were complaining about smells, when people were complaining about his behavior, when the cops showed up and he told them, oh, it was just a lover's quarrel, or he said whatever he needed to say, they walked away from Jeffrey because white is right. Jeffrey Dahmer had people who admire him after he was in prison. He had a host of women and men writing love letters to him. Love letters to him. Jeffrey Dahmer was a star in some people's eyes. He was not a monster. He was on the earth. Jeffrey Dahmer lived on planet Earth, where people sat next to him, where he had a job, where he had a mom and dad and family and extended family, where he lived in an apartment and he paid his rent on time. And he was like, oh, he always paid his rent on time. So if you pay your rent on time, you can't be such a bad guy, can you? You can't be a monster, can you? The best thing that happened to Jeffrey Dahmer was the man who took him out in prison. That was the best thing that could have ever happened to him, because although Jeffrey was saying, oh, I found Jesus, oh, Jesus, come home to me, Jesus, he found Jesus. The other man that he met in prison said, yeah, I know of this Christ too, but this Christ that I know of is going to use me to correct everything that you have done wrong. He's going to set this record straight. So all this belief system, it ebbs and flows. It ebbs and flows. You don't know if it's coming or going. Okay? You don't know when people believe what they believe, if it is a detriment to you. You don't know if it's a positive or a negative. Jeffrey Dahmer found Jesus. Jeffrey Dahmer, probably when he was killed in prison, he is seated at the right hand of God right now in heaven. When you really take a look at what is going on here on earth, when you really look at it, it has to be a game. He had to have been an actor. Jeffrey Dahmer was not a monster. Jeffrey Dahmer came to this stage called the earth, and he acted out a role, and he did it very well. He should receive an award, just like the cops that ignored him received their awards. Jeffrey Dahmer should go to heaven and be seated at the right hand of whoever created this particular complex here they call Earth, and he should receive rewards, Emmy, Grammy, whatever. Jeffrey Dahmer was a beautiful actor. That's what he was. He's not no monster. Everyone that steals, that lies, that does whatever they do, the people that do whatever they do, they have a Jeffrey Dahmer in them. They have a Jeffrey Dahmer in them. You go home and you lie to your wife, you lie to your kids, you lie to the school kids, you lie to people you know, you lie to your friends, you steal, you borrow, you steal, you know you're not going to pay back, you lie about everything. You're just a bad citizen of the earth. You are Jeffrey Dahmer, and you are acting, because this cannot be real. What you are seeing playing out on the earth, it just cannot be real. How can it be real? This is a joke. It's a joke. It cannot be real. And then you hear about the woman You remember Coney Island in New York? She drowned her 3 kids recently, and they're saying that they dropped that her case fell through the cracks. Nothing didn't fall through no cracks. No, nothing didn't fall through no cracks. When the right flies go up and people start dialing 911 and they're too busy or they're doing something else, nothing don't fall through no cracks. It didn't fall through the cracks. They just did not want to deal with a black woman that may need help and that may be going off the deep end. They didn't want to deal with it. Nothing happened for them to go to see after these kids before it happened. Nothing happened before it happened. Okay? People do not care. And if you are black, it's even worse. If you are black and in this game, you are at the bottom in this particular game, because you have to look at it. Okay, let's get serious. You have to look at this as a game. This cannot be real. This cannot be real life. What you are experiencing here on the earth cannot be real life. It's a game. And in that game, Jeffrey Dahmer was not a monster. He deserves an award. Share, Veronica.